Hello there, welcome everybody, it's Diorama Don here. In my previous video I touched on how I make my staircases. It was a Paris Metro underpass. So I thought I'd extend the idea and make it into an external dogleg staircase. Very easy to make. I just use cardboard and toothpicks. That's all I've used. So let's get into the video and I'll show you how I made it. Before then, please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, click the like button, and if you so desire, click the thanks button, but that is entirely up to you. No pressure. Okay, we'll get into the video then and we'll see how I made it. So what we need to start with is, as usual, 2mm thick card. And again, if you can't manage to get hold of 2mm card, then by all means stick about 3 pieces of a cornflake packet together, and that will give you about the right thickness. Okay, so assuming you've got your card, it depends obviously how big you want your staircase to be. How many steps for each part of the staircase. In my case, I've chosen 11 steps. So 11 steps coming down one way, then 90-degree angle, and then 11 steps coming down for the second part. So for that, 1/35 scale, the rise of each step is the equivalent of 1/4 of an inch, or 6mm. So 6 times 35 is whatever 6 times 35 is just a slightly over 8 inches, which is about, well, it's a good height of a step. In fact, quite too high really, but 1/4 of an inch you can get away with. So the height of the step is 1/4 of an inch, and then the step itself can be slightly longer than that. So I've made mine 3/8 of an inch long for the actual step. So the rise of the step, the riser, 1/4 of an inch, and then 3/8 of an inch. I don't know what is 3/8 of an inch. Something like 9mm, 9 or 10mm. Then what you need to do is mark out a piece of card like that. So if you are having the same number of steps as me, then it is 8 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches, and that will, your 3/8 then will divide nicely into that dimension, and also your 1/4 of an inch will divide that way. So 1/4 of an inch that way, 3/8 of an inch that way, and you'll be left with something like that. Okay, so what you need to do is cut halfway and then cut that halfway, so you're left with that piece, and then these 2 pieces, sorry, don't cut that bit, no, you want that. Cut down there, the center line that way and the center line that way, so you're left with that piece and these 2 pieces. Okay, then it will look like that. This half here, cut out your steps, so cut along the 1/4 of an inch line first. Each line will be a longer cut as you cut it. Okay, and then turn it round and then just cut out the 1/4 of an inch steps like that. Okay, so you're left with that. Okay, that's the good news. The bad news is you need 2 of them, so you've got to do this again, but you only need to make it this size, okay, because you've already now got these 2 pieces which will make that piece. So again, with this piece, cut along 3/8 of an inch longer cut each time, and then turn and do the same with that. So you end up with 2 pieces like this and 2 pieces like this. So it's going to look like that. Okay, so you'll have another piece the other side and another piece like this the other side. Okay, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. So anyway, once we've got 4 pieces like this, or 2 like that, 2 like that, then we can put them together. Before we put the steps on, it's going to be a better idea to put the bottom and the sides in. So you have to decide how wide you want the steps to be. And in my case, I've made it 2 1/4 inches wide, which is 58 millimeters. So 2 1/4 inches wide. So you will need a lot of stock, a lot of pieces, a lot of lengths of cardboard 2 1/4 inches wide, because we can use that then to fill in the bottom like that and put in along the top like that, and then with the piece the other side, that's going to fill that in nicely. So you've got a box then with the shape of your steps already in there. Okay, so that will stick on there. Hot melt glue, glue it nicely, and that piece on there. Okay, when you've done that, this piece will be the length of the bottom of this piece of the staircase plus the width, well, plus 2 1/4. Okay, so it will sit like that, and then these 2 pieces can stick together there. Okie dokie. Hope you're following this. There will be questions later and a test. So then there'll be another piece that side. So that's filled in, that's filled in, that's filled in. All we need then is a landing, and that will just sit on the top there, which will be 3/8 of an inch plus your 2 1/4, and that will be the landing. Okay, let that sink in. So once you've got that all done, all made up, then you can put your steps in, and you'll need 22 pieces again, the same width, 2 1/4. So it's all from 2 1/4 width stock, and you can glue the risers, the upright bit, on. Glue all those on like that. Again, hot melt glue, and then you'll need 22 3/8 of an inch. Although I've made these just slightly longer, I've made them a 32nd of an inch longer, so that there's like an overhang at the step. And once those risers are stuck in, then you can put your steps in. Okay, I will go away, do all of that, because I don't want to bore you with me actually doing it. It's going to take a while to do, so I'll come back and we'll see what the results look like then. Okay, so stuck my bits and pieces together. Round the back here, I had to put a filler in here, so you could actually make this part all in one go, I suppose, but I don't think it really matters. And also the filler at the back here. So although that would be that size on this side, if you wanted to make it all in one piece, it would just be a slightly, but to be honest, I think it's a lot easier the way I did it, and just put 2 fillers in, just to make up that corner. And you might not even see that anyway if you're up against 2 walls, if you see what I mean. Anyway, put my steps in. Very easy to do, just laying a little bit of glue and just laying them on size like that, and then turning around and putting the steps in. And the newel posts, I just used 3 pieces of 2mm card. 3 pieces together makes up 1/4 inch. So I've cut them to 1/4 inch, so they're 1/4 inch squares, if you see what I mean. And they're just stuck on. And then a little tiny square on top for the newel post cap, I think that would be called. Okay, so what I'll do is paint the whole thing now with watered down wall filler. That will give it a base coat then, if you like, for finishing off with whatever paint job I do on it. Then when I've done that, I've got these large size lollipop sticks, popsicle sticks. Cut these into thin strips, and these will act as my rail, like that, going down each side, and these sides as well. So that will be easy enough to stick them on, and then with toothpicks cut these down to the right size, and bear with me. Once they're stuck on, it will be easy enough then just to put these in place like that. Oh, that would be on the inside. That's it, it'll be like that. And I can put these down to make up the rails. Okay, so I need to finish off the so that it's not cardboard anymore, because there's nothing much you can do with cardboard for painting. It doesn't look that good. So with a coat of filler, then I'll decide what colour to spray it, probably. Put my handrails all around and my posts, and then that will be it. So I'll go ahead, finish it off, and we'll see what the finished product looks like. Okay, so finished the project now. What I did was I gave it a coat of watered down wall filler. That enables you, well, the clue is in the name, it's filler. So any slight anomalies or mistakes that you might have made while making the thing in the first place, you can cover over with the filler, or fill up any anomalies, if you know what I mean. So that then gives it a basis for painting. So obviously you can paint whatever colour you like, but I went for a grey grout. I tend to use grout, tile grout, just a powdered form of the grout. Just add water to it and it makes a paste. Painted it with that, and then dabbed off with the damp sponge to reveal some of the white filler underneath, and it gives a reasonably good concrete looking effect. So that's what I did. As regards the rails and the spindles, I put one rail at the top there, and then tried to attach the spindles, and that proved to be extremely difficult. So I put a second rail, which looked better anyway, and then of course with 2 rails, all you have to do is lay the spindles on the 2 rails, and it was as easy as anything. So that's why I claim it to be a very easy way of making a dogleg staircase. Okay, so I'll leave it with you. You can use it obviously for if you're making a 1/35 scale diorama for whatever reason, even a doll's house, I suppose, but also for wargaming. A million and one reasons why you'd want to make a dogleg staircase. Okay, so I'll leave it with you, and thank you very much for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and there will be a lot more videos concerning this kind of thing, how to make stuff. or my ideas of how to anyway. So I'll leave it I keep saying I'll leave it with you. So I'll see you in the next video, and until then, as always, I wish you the very best of happy modelling.